Hello everyone and welcome to another metal detecting adventure. I'm here in South Devon this morning and this video is all about my first date with my new Manticore. It's probably what I would say is the top of the range metal detector that you can buy, and it is really fantastic. I can tell that already, but I'm actually on my third outing with this machine, so I'm going to flash back to my first and second date. Hello, hi. Thank you very much. How excited and scared do you think I am to receive this box? Do I wear it well? Why am I nervous about unpacking a new machine? It means I've got to open up a manual again. We all know how long it took me to open up the last manual. Okay, this is very exciting. I have had a little hold of the Manticore because friends of mine use them. And the first thing I noticed is it does feel sort of larger. It does feel more substantial. The DS2 is very clever. It's almost like cantilevered, so you don't actually feel a lot of the weight. So I think this is going to feel heavier to me. I've got good stamina. I'm out in the field. I can do a full day and I don't even think about it. When I started detecting, it was a different story. I used to get sore shoulder, I used to get bad back. But you build your resilience, don't you, the more you practice something. I think I'm in a better place now to take on a weightier machine. I don't know if it's actually weightier. I'll look it up. I'm acting like I know what I'm doing here, and I don't. I'm like anybody. You get something new, you just go, what is all this stuff? Okay, so I think this to me looks like it could be headphones. Hey! Oh! I think I just pressed something by mistake. Whoops. Oh no, I've pressed something. Anyway, in terms of aesthetic, they're bigger than my other ones, but they feel good. They actually feel really good. I like it when headphones fit real tight because they keep my ears warm for one thing, and I feel like they feel really secure, like they're not falling off if I'm bending down digging. Let's see, but I think these are good. Plus they're branded Minelab, very obviously. I mean, I've now got Minelab everything, including this sweatshirt. Looks a bit Minelab-y, doesn't it? Right, what's this? Getting started guide. Now that is the kind of size of a guide that I want to get started with. Thank you, Minelab, for thinking about people like me who actually don't want a massive book. I just want to know how to turn it on and how to get started. Oh look, quick start. Number 1, turn on. That's what I want. That's all I need. Right, assembly, charging, controls and display, quick start. Search modes 1, 2, 3. All terrain, which I heard is really good. Beach and goldfield. This is my style of document, quite honestly. This is brilliant. I feel like a one-man band. Dare I go through the horses' field? I'm back on Roman Fields. I've been wanting to add to my toolkit for months now a Minelab Manticore, and I have now done it. And I'm very excited about it because this is my first detecting session using this piece of kit. Why did I get a Manticore? Well, I've been watching and observing as friends of mine who are really very, very experienced detectorists who all use Minelab Manticores. They've been talking to me about their experience with the machine and ribbing me a little bit sometimes because on certain types of ground they really do seem to win. And I don't know if that's me or the machine, but we're going to find out. So I now have the full complement of machines for every occasion. It's a bit like a little black dress, isn't it? You can get away with having several of those depending where you're going. I have absolutely no idea what I'm doing with it. I've been given some really useful tips by LP Metal Detecting, who I get all my kit from. Unpacked it last night and managed to get it charged up on my way here. Okay, I've got to work out how to pair the headphones now because they haven't paired on their own. And I don't see anything in the instructions regarding that, so I need to quickly check online.
Today on 3D Outdoors, we're going to show you how to pair your brand new MANTICORE metal detector from Minelab with their Minelab headphones. Our first step, turn on your Minelab. You can see that flashing back and forth, red, blue. And you can see right here is the Wi-Fi signal button. We're going to press that.
I do believe I've done it. Thank you very much, 3D Outdoors. Right. And let's see what we can find on this field that I've already detected, and I found so many good things. Loads of Roman artefacts have come up off this field and a couple of hammered coins. But I can't help thinking there's got to be more here, and it's a good place to test the Manticore because I have really done this field. So if I find more things now, I'm going to know that this Manticore is superior. I mean, obviously this Detectorist isn't superior. Let's get some gloves on, let's get going. So I'm working with a 9-inch coil, and I think that for me is going to give me the best weight distribution. It comes with an 11-inch coil if you want that bigger coil. I've got the 9-inch as an extra, and I've got it set up today just to run on the general program. So, all terrain I think it's called. There it is at the top, the one with the little house in the field. So let's go, let's see what we can do. I've got to get used to all the new sounds. Again, another learning a new language, isn't it? First of all, I just want to check it works. Okay, I can hear it through my headphone, and I'm told I've got to dig everything above the line. So let's see. I reckon I'm about an hour or two in, and so far I have found some things, but nothing to write home about yet. But it's good news because it means that my machine is picking up the targets. One thing I've been warned is that I might have to get used to digging much deeper holes because this Manticore can pick stuff up at a really great depth, and that I think is going to be an issue for me because I can't dig holes very well because I broke my foot. Try and get down as far as I can. So far I found most things, but what's stopping me here is this. Just beneath the surface of the soil is this limestone, and it's actually really difficult to dig. You know, you've got to prize each bit out like this, and it takes ages, and so I have given up on a couple of targets, but I think I'm pretty sure they were these kind of things anyway. A couple of people mainly from the States, I think, have asked me, what are moo tubes? Basically, it's a kind of colloquial word that detectorists in the UK use for these little tubes that are made of aluminium, and they're used to treat cattle. There's some sort of medication for cattle. They're a bit of a pain. I can't believe that I've just spent the last 2 hours digging everything above the line on the display when I should have been digging everything below the line. What an A1 twit. Time for a hot Ribena, I think, gang. while I reflect on my mistake. Well, this is how we learn, isn't it? This is how we learn. If you don't make mistakes, you're never going to know, are you? And I do feel a lot better equipped to learn now that I've done 2 years on 2 different machines. I think, like, you know, I know when something's not right. I knew it wasn't right. I wrote to my friend. He said, no, you're being an idiot. You're digging the wrong things. But if I didn't ask the question, I could have been wandering around here for hours not finding the right thing. So there's the difference. With a bit of experience, you know when things aren't right, don't you? Oh, what's that? What's that coming our way? Oh, it's Chinook. There's 3 military helicopters coming. Hello, boys. Or girls, because girls can be in the military too. Wow. Having just walked around this field in pinpoint mode for the last half an hour, I have just found my first artefact with the Manticore. It's only small and it's nothing major, but it marks a significant turnaround. It's a musket ball. Hooray. Well done, Manticore. Me and you are going to make a great team. I can feel it already. Oh, things are going so much better now. I've just found what looks to be a weight. It's square with a recess in it. It's made of lead. It's either a weight or a gaming piece, but it's pretty heavy, so I think weight. I don't think it's got any markings on it. That's pretty cool, isn't it? Looks a bit like a chocolate. I can't think which one though. Is it the Turkish Delight Quality Street? Can't remember. Anyway, it looks a bit like that. I'm really loving this little coil, this 9-inch coil. It's really nifty. Like at this time of the year, you've got all these like tussocks of grass, and it finds its way between everything really easily. Where the 11-inch coil that I was using before, I'd have to sort of bash through all that stuff. But this is great. Look, you can kind of move through all these twigs and things and go all around them. You don't have to bash through everything. You can just go around it. Hi gang, good morning. We're off for a second adventure with my Manticore, and this time I'm actually going to be with some people who really know what they're doing, so they're going to set me up with a program. It's a program called Life Can Be Simple, which is right up my street. And I think it requires a few tweaks to some of the settings, which I'm not going to do myself. I'm going to ask my friend Tom to help me, or at least to show me how to navigate on the menu system, which I have to say, on the Manticore and the Minelab sort of setup seems very, very simple. I'm really enjoying it. Someone made a really good point actually on my YouTube channel in the comments to say that they have both the DS2 and the Manticore, and they find the Manticore easier from a visual perspective because their eyesight isn't great, and a lot of us at this kind of age do find that our eyesight starts to get a bit dodgy. This is the kind of weather you want on a detecting day. Lovely, lovely day. Haven't seen this for a while, have we? I'm back on this lovely field with the tree in the middle, if you remember that one, where I found that lovely hammered coin recently, the James I little silver coin. Tom has just very kindly put some new settings in here for me, just a slight tweak on the all-terrain mode, and it's the program that these guys use, and well, that's what he told me. He put in there. he did joke that he might have set it up so that I don't find anything. I've already dug loads of little tiny things. I mean, things that I'm surprised I managed to pick up. And I've had about 8 or 9 holes already, and I've only been here about 20 minutes, half an hour. So I'm sure there will be stuff to find. Classic. Beautiful day. And I just realised I left my radiator on at home, and I had to go and turn it off because I was worried. Got it in my head that it might set fire to the house. Went back, was fine. The house was fine. So I just lost an hour in the field, and while I've been away, I've had messages from Beth to say she's found 3 silver coins. I cut half and 2 others, I can't work out what they are, but they're very nice looking coins. And Tom's found something as well. So I've been missing out.
I can't quite work out.
It's a hammered coin.
Is it really heavily clipped?
Yeah, is it clipped and broken, or is it
Oh yeah, that you can just make out the little face there, look.
Oh Beth, you are doing so well. Let's have a look at the other things you found today, Beth, because I wasn't here when you found them.
I'm having a bit of a silver day today, which is lovely.
So tell us about these things.
So this is a Bristol token, silver.
So that's something that could be spent instead of money, like people get paid in those.
Yeah, equivalent of a shilling, I think.
And so how old do we think that is?
That has got a date on.
Is it?
It was, which side was it? I think it was 1811. That is a William the Third.
That's very early milled.
Yeah, which is nice because they're quite often smooth. That one is 1695. Half cross, half cut, short
half.
cross.
Cut half.
Pick the order of words. And now this little,
Wow, so those are 2 medieval finds.
yeah,
Oh, let's have a look.
it's a thimble.
That is so lovely.
It's hand
It's made of
punched.
bronze.
Yeah, I've never seen one with a smooth
No, and it's got almost like a pointed top.
nipple.
That's really, really looks very primitive, doesn't it?
Yeah, and tiny.
Well done, Beth. Beth,
Thank you.
this is all about you today, Beth.
Welcome to the Beth Show, everybody.
Is I've forgotten my microphones. I mean, really and truly, what I need is a PA. Because I forget the cable, I forget the mic, I plug it in wrong. I'm just not very good at this whole YouTube lark. But I'm going to keep trying to bring you these adventures. So I think today might be a bit of a... It's quite windy and breezy here by the sea, so I think today might be a bit difficult for you to hear what I'm doing. So I'm filming this in the car. What I'll do is I'll show you what I'm doing, and we might have to come back and have regular reviews in the car. Cold and I haven't got my mic, so I probably can't film for very long, but I just wanted to let you know how cold it can get here by the sea. It must be minus temperatures here today. Although it looks lovely, it's actually really quite cold. Oh wow, that was so bitter. I've got tears running down my face. I couldn't even see the holes I was digging because it was so windy. So there's a northeasterly wind today. I thought it was coming off the sea, but it's not. It's coming from the northeast. It is cold. And I have my hood up, my headphones on. I had no mic. So I had to basically decide an executive decision not to make any film outside today. This is the spoils from my recent trip up to the permissions up in Wiltshire, and you can see from this that I was just digging up really I mean everything that sounds good. So everything that sounds good is there. You've got bullets, you've got rings, which could be potentially possibly medieval, but probably not. That doesn't look particularly old to me. I'll give it a clean when I get back. Lots of these mood tube medication for cattle, bits of machinery. So all of these things sound really good when you dig them up. There's a pot mend there, but there was nothing really of any interest, and that's just bad luck. With a new machine, which is what I'm working with, it's like getting any new tech. It takes a little time to acclimatise to the sounds and to what you're seeing on the readout. I know I've got time to put in here in the field. I have to just get out and get going with it and just keep trying and keep trying. That's how your ear tunes in. Like when you learn a language, you have to immerse yourself and you have to listen and you have to practice and practice and practice. And when you do that every day or every couple of times a week for hours and you really get to grips with it, then you understand the machine, then you know what to do. It means I can't just show you amazing finds. I get a new machine, I find great things. It doesn't work like that. First of all, you have to walk across the good find, and that can take months and months. We know that that is true. I've just scored an incredible new permission. I know that both my machines will find things there. Okay, I'm not as tuned in on the Manticore yet, but I'm going to got my Deus 2 as well, so I can fall back on that when I need, and I'm going to go and investigate this place, and I think that's going to be really, really exciting for you to watch. Today I found the sum total of a button. Why am I pleased about this button? Because it's not made of lead, and that's what I was finding mostly at the weekend, so I'm pleased about that. I also found another button. This one I haven't cleaned yet, but you can see it's got a shank on the back. That's probably going to be a button from the 1700s. And then I found a coin. Now, I haven't cleaned this yet. It will probably be, like all Devon coins, a little bit difficult to tell what it was, but I can tell you what it is without even cleaning it. It's a Georgian coin. You can just tell it by the thickness. It's a milled coin, and it just isn't, you know, it's going to be in poor condition, but that's still, it's a coin from a couple of 100 years ago. It's made of a copper alloy. Again, it's not lead, and that's a coup, you know. So I've made some progress today, however small. So I think after my third date with the Manticore, I'm going to say he's a keeper.